All right, welcome back, everyone. It's part three of the Technomancer. The Technomancer. It's the game that I've been playing now for how many hours? Let me see. 11 hours, and it's included on PlayStation Plus. You can check it out. Um, what's interesting about this game is the story. Sure, the graphics are nothing to look at, but it's not all about the graphics. It's about the story. The story is very unique, and I'm not going to spoil it. I want you guys to play it to find out what's going on. However, there is a connection here between one other game that came out in 2013. The game called Mars. Mars War of Logs here. It's also available on PlayStation Plus. Here, I'll show you. I'll search it really quick. We'll go to PlayStation and we'll search for it. Mars. Just type in Mars. Mars War of Log. Let's see what shows up. There it is. It's included. Mars War Logs. I'm sorry, War Logs. So this is a prequel to the Technomancer, and the reason I'm showing you this because it is available on PlayStation Plus. So if you have PlayStation Plus, well, then you have nothing to worry about. It's included, and you should play War Logs first to understand how the colonization of Mars happened, and what transpired, and how did these mutants become to be called Technomancers, and how they're being used in this colony, that rules the Mars. And hold on, let me just so go play the Mars War Logs to understand, like, how did this colonization happen, and the rules that are implied here with this colony, and the government that rules this colony, right? And what kind of impact does that have? There's a lot of here in this game. It's kind of like a Knights of the Old Republic. Not all the Jedis are good Jedis. Not everyone's a nice person. Sure, there's some good people, there's some bad people, but that's the unique thing about this game. You learn who your friends are, who the foes are, and the friends that you think are your friends are not really your friends. And then you also learn about this colony and the government that runs this colony on Mars, and how corrupted they are. Of course, corruption reeks everywhere. It's part of our human nature, right? Can you go back 3,000 years in our humanity not to find any corruption? There was a corruption even within the samurais. Like when you look at the shogunist, pro-shogunist, and within any civilization, culture, there's been corruption, and there has been divide, and civil wars, and conflicts, and there's always going to be these types of conflicts and divide because of our human nature, because the way we're wired as humans on this planet. And it carries over to the Mars as well. And that was one of the messages that even Paul Verhoeven in Total Recall was trying to bring about with the movie Total Recall. The corruption and politics and divide carries over no matter where we go. And of course it carries over here on the Mars as well. So you should play Mars War Logs before you play this. You see, I didn't know. I never played the Mars War Logs, but I didn't know that it was a that it was a that this was a sequel to the Mars War Logs. So that's why I'm showing you Mars War Logs, because I want you guys to be aware of that. Now you can play. You don't necessarily have to play Mars War Logs. You can play this and you'll be perfectly fine. When you finish it, then you can go back and play Mars War Logs. But I'm just letting you know that you should maybe play the Mars War Logs first before you play this. And both of these games are connected. There's story there, it's connected. And you should play both of these games, the Technomancers and the Mars War Logs, because they're connected. So that way you can understand the story better. I became a fan of this game overnight, dude, like, because the way it works with me, it has to be the story. It's always, it's always about that. It's always that script. It's that story, dude. Same thing with the movies. Same thing with the TV shows. Same thing with the video games. Yes, of course, the graphics are always welcomed, and I think today's gaming society, let's just be honest, and I'm not blaming Digital Foundry, but certainly Digital Foundry has something to do with it, because they are promoting that. Let's just be honest. They're kind of promoting that, and I get it. That's their that's their shtick. That's what they do. That's how they make their money. But sure, the influence that they have, because they have millions of views. They got millions and millions of people watching Digital Foundry, and then now you have this new type of gamers. They're just so fixated on the graphics and the resolution, right? They're so fixated on graphics and resolution that they never really stop to think about, well, what about the story? What about the characters? What about the gameplay? Right? And I think this is one of the key issues that my old ass 46-year-old man, who can call himself a gamer now, I don't want you to think, oh, I've just been playing games my entire life. I've done other things, okay? I have other hobbies, but I don't talk about my life. I keep my life private here because it's no one's business. Unless you're dating me and we're going on a date, then, okay, you will know a little bit more about me. But I have been a gamer off and on throughout my life, of course. And as someone who does call myself a gamer, I can tell you that today's gaming, it's a bit of a monolith for me. What I mean by that, it's just like I just don't understand today's so-called gamers in 2025, because they seem to be more fixated on the graphics and resolution, as if that's the only reason why you play video games in the first place. I'm more of a old school. To me, I play a variety of types of different games. To me, video games are something to escape. For the same reason you read a book, for the same reason you watch TV shows, you watch movies, for the same reason you listen to music, it's an escapism, it's an entertainment. All right? Something to entertain you so that way you don't go cuckoo. All right? So you entertain yourself, okay? And I look at video games the same way. It's an entertainment. All right, first and foremost. But like any entertainment out there, I also want to be intrigued by the story. Like, what's the point of me continuing to play this game if there is no captivating story? If there is no interesting characters who have some sort of a development, right? That's interesting and it's appeasing, right? So, in this case, with this game, I was surprised how good the story is. I was surprised how interesting the story is, and the characters in this game. And the only way I found that out is by playing this. Like, I had to put hours into this game. Here I am on a part 3, and I have to tell you, this is a solid 8. Like, if someone was to ask me what score would I give this game, solid 8 out of 10 easily. I don't think I would go above 8 because that would be too much. But solid 8, I would give this game solid 8. I know a majority probably would give it 7 or 7.5. That's a good score too. But I'd give it solid 8 out of 10. It's certainly the game you do not want to miss out, dude. Especially if you have a PlayStation Plus, dude. You have Mars, Warlogs, and this Technomancer. Play both of them. I mean, you can play it maybe this summer if you got nothing else to do. You know, check it out. And another thing, which I have already touched upon millions of times in my previous live streams, you can't listen to other people, man. And I know people don't want to hear this because it sounds like some kind of a broken LP record with a broken needle, vinyl needle, and it's just kind of repeating. But I feel like I have to do that. I feel like I have to be a broken needle on an LP record to tell you, you have to try these games for yourself, and you can't just play 1 hour or 2 hours and just, it's a garbage. I'm sorry, I can't take you seriously as an authentic gamer. And no offense, I don't care if you're my friend, if you're a member here, but if you just play a game for 1 hour or 2 hours and you just never touch it again, I'm sorry, I can't call you an authentic gamer, because you're not giving the game a proper respect. What is the proper respect? Give it at least 12 hours, dude. At least 12 hours of gameplay. Go through a tutorial, learn the mechanics, get to know the story, pay attention to the story, pay attention to the, characters and what the story is about. Learn, right? Do some side missions. And then, after 12 hours, then you can make up your judgment whether or not this is for you, or you want to continue playing it or not. But I feel the gamers today, they touch the game for like a 1 hour, 2 hour, and just, I'm never playing it again. I can't take you seriously as a gamer. Same thing as individuals who just play a one game. If you only play a one game and that's all you play, I can't take you seriously as a gamer, as like an authentic gamer. Because what do you know about the video games if you only play one thing? If you're just playing Call of Duty, dude, I'm sorry, you're not the D gamer, all right? That's like someone who watches movies and they watch one genre movie, it's just action movies. I was like, dude, then you're just an action movie fan. You're not the movie fan. Because if you are the movie fan, then you should know the entire encyclopedia since Charlie Chaplin and Casablanca and the silent movies. You should know all of these movies, man. You should know all of the Seven Samurais, Akira Kurosawa, right? You should know all of it. Like Quentin Tarantino says, right? I think this is true. And I know some people don't want to hear this, but it's really true. You have to be authentic, man. Honestly, and I know people don't like hearing this, but you have to be authentic. Because if you're not authentic, then I can't take you seriously. Then you're just like, whatever, dude. To me, you're just like, whatever. You're like flip-flopping. You're like, whatever. I don't even know what you're about. That's something like, what are you about, dude? You might as well be bipolar, because you don't know what you're about. You have to be authentic. You have to be true to what you are, guys. And I notice that a lot. There's a lot of fakes out there, a lot of phonies who are pretending that they are gamers, but they're not. And they come in here and da-da-da-da-da and blah, 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 typing nonsense. I can't waste my time on you, dude. I just can't. Because you're on the internet, I don't know you, and you're not being authentic. You're just like feeding me some BS, some random shit, You have to be authentic, man. If you're not a gamer, just say, I'm not a gamer, dude, but I like your channel. Okay, all right. But just remember, if that's the case, if you're not a gamer and you just like watching my channel, well, just sit and watch. Enjoy it, But if you want to have a conversation with me, it has to be something regarding the video game. It has to be something regarding this game. Ask me questions about Technomancer. And if you have no questions about the Technomancer and you don't want to learn nothing about the Technomancer, then it tells me that you're not here for this game. You're not here. Then what are you here for? Exactly. So I want you guys to see that from my perspective. This doesn't mean I'm trying to be some kind of an asshole or some kind of a prick. It just means that I'm not here to be a dancing monkey to dance to your tunes, all right? I'm too damn old for that shit. I'm here to talk about certain video games, all right? And if you have no interest in this game, or you have no questions regarding this game, then I will just ignore you. You will not hear my reply. I mean, you can't hear my reply because I will ignore you, which I'm pretty good at ignoring people. Trust me. I'm probably the best. Don't forget, I'm probably the best actor there is on the planet. And I'm not saying this to just brag about myself, because I know how good I am. And if I tell you I will ignore you, you can take it to the bank and deposit that money, because I will ignore you. So what I'm asking people is 3 simple questions. Are you the gamer? This is for the new people. This doesn't include my veterans who's been here a long time, okay? This excludes them. This includes the new guys, all right? The new guys. Because I don't know you. I don't know you, the new guys. Who are you? What is your intent? Behind that profile that has nothing on it, I don't know what your intent is. You could be from Tungusia somewhere, I don't know. You could be an alien from a spaceship that's synchronizing the English words. I don't know, man. Okay? You could be a ghost that has somehow found its way into the interwebs, and it's using the internet to communicate. I don't know. Okay? I'm being hypothetical. You could say that. I'm being hypothetical, but you catch my drift. All right? So I'm not trying to be too strict. I'm just trying not to waste too much of my time on stupid nonsense, if you catch my drift. So 3 simple questions. Are you the gamer? And if the answer is yes. Second question. Very simple. What is your favorite game? And if you tell me your favorite game, it's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time from Nintendo 64, then the final question, which is the third question, tell me about Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in a short sentence. Who's the protagonist? Who's the villain? Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? What's the deal with the princess? Why is it going to a princess? And what's the Ocarina of Time? What's the meaning of Ocarina of Time? Go through all of that, but you got to do it within 30 seconds. And you got to know it on top of your head. On top of your head, you got to know this. Because if that is your favorite game, then you shouldn't have to stumble upon your words. You shouldn't have to think too much about it. You should know on top of your head. Okay? Because it's your favorite game. Because if you don't know it on top of your head, that means that you're not a gamer and you're lying, and that's not your favorite game. And you're too busy going through Wikipedia, copy and paste. And why do I do this? Why do I have these tests? Because I want genuine, authentic gamers to be part of this channel. I don't want free-for-all coming in with a clown show. I don't do the clown show. I never did. I don't know where people got this idea that I'm doing the clown show. Yeah, I can entertain. I'm an entertainer. I've done that successfully. I have entertained people successfully, but I'm not doing that here on this channel, okay? I have done it with John Wick Returns, in the Horizon Worlds, in Meta, Facebook Horizon Worlds. I've done it there, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of it. It was fun. I didn't get paid. I took no fee, all right? I did it for free, but I did it because I wanted to. I did it because it was fun. I wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to make people entertained. But now people want that shit for free every day. I was like, dude, come on, man. Now you're being rude. Now you're asking me to go over there and do it for free. Are you out of your mind, dude? No. Well, so I want genuine gamers to be here talking about games, talking about this game. Well, don't you want to learn about this game? Don't you want to ask any questions? Or you just want to, what do you want to do? Right? So that's my question. Like, so why are you here? If you have no interest about the video game, then why are you here? If you're here to troll, well, that's not going to work because I'm too intelligent for that. I've been doing this for 11 years. Believe me, I'm highly intelligent. You can't push a giant log of wood in front of my eyes without noticing it. You can't even move a needle in front of my eyes without noticing it. So just like give it a rest. It's not going to work. That doesn't work with me. I'm just telling you this, guys, just to cut to the chase, to cut to the bullshit, so that way you understand what I'm all about. And I'm not saying this to be some kind of a mean douchebag type of a person, because I'm not. It's just very simple. My channel, my rules. I don't know how else to say it. If you don't like it, that's fine by me. I don't care. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Believe me, I sleep very well. But I'm just being transparent, and I hope that you guys appreciate me being transparent, giving you transparency, so that way you understand what you are getting into. At least I'm giving you, at least I'm kind enough to let you know what this channel is about prior for you coming in, so that way you have a better understanding of what this channel is about. It's not free for all. I don't care about about that. I know a majority of YouTubers care about that, and they're just doing it for the clicks, for the views. Then go watch them. Then go there. I'm not about that. Okay? I'm about genuine, authentic gamers. And even if it's only 5 of us, 7 of us, or 10 of us, I would rather have 10 authentic, genuine individuals versus some clowns out there who just want to come in here and clown. Right? I'm allergic to that stuff, guys. I'm not into that. I'm just letting you know. It agitates me. It pisses me off. I don't like it. Because it's so stupid. And I hate to use the word retarded, but it's beyond retarded, man. It's like stuff, when I see stuff like that, it's just so stupid and beyond retarded. Like, nothing cool about that. You coming in here to troll. Nothing cool about you acting a fool, being a moron. Nothing cool about that. Because that's how people are going to look at you, as some retarded moron, idiot. If that's what you want to be, well then, be my guest. But you're not going to do it here. Not on this channel. It's not going to happen. Ever. Never. As long as I'm running this show, as long as I'm the captain of this boat, that's not going to happen. So, at least I'm being honest and letting you know what I'm about. So, I will not repeat this again. I just repeat it once. And if you guys missed out on it, well, that's on you. If you skipped this and you skipped the memo, that's on you. Just remember, I don't care. My channel, my rules. I don't know how else to say it. You want me to put it on the billboards? You want me to put it on a Mount Everest? You want me to put it on up in the sky so you can see it? My channel, my rules. It's really that simple. And I don't give a shit if there's like 0 people watching. It's still my shtick, my channel, my rules. It's really that simple. And now that these rules are explained, don't be surprised if you're removed, if you're banned. Oh, why was I removed? Maybe you need to watch the video from the beginning. Okay? Now that I have explained this, because I hate repeating myself and explaining this, which is a common sense. Okay? Be a genuine gamer, and if you're not a genuine gamer, then I don't want you here. Go somewhere else. If you have no questions regarding this game, asking me about the Technomancers. Who are the Technomancers? What's going on? If you have no genuine interest or questions about this game, dude, you're just wasting my time. Now, if you want me to talk about something else, hey, dude, pull out your debit card, pay $50 or pay $100, and I'll donate like a $200 or $300, and we'll talk. You want me to talk about something else? Well, donate money, guys. Put in some big money, 50, 100, 200, 300, 1,000, 2,000. Let's see how pool goes up. Maybe we can raise $20,000 or something. And then, shit, man, I'll talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. But I'm not going to talk about what you want to talk about for free. Just because you have a itch to talk about some shit and come in here. Okay? It's not how it works. All right, so I'm just being frank. I'm being straight up with you guys. No bullshit. All right? Don't take this the wrong way. It's just the way it is. My channel, my rules. Like it, don't like it, that's fine. 50 million other people you can watch. Believe me, there's 50 million other people you can watch. But here, no politics, no talk about the current events, can't talk about the movies, can't talk about the music, can't talk about the clowns and act like a clown. Talk about the game. Because if you're not talking about the game, then you're not here for the games. You're here for something else. And I'm not a comedy club. It's not a comedy. I'm not a stand-up comedian. All right? If I was a stand-up comedian, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be at the improv. I would be at the improv entertaining people. Okay? So let's just cut to the chase. Let's cut to the bullshit. All right? All right? Don't ask me to do voices because I'm not going to do it for free. All right? Maybe if you start putting some money into this channel and start, donating, maybe you'll hear some voices. All right? I'm just being as super honest as I can be. But again, before I continue, my channel, my rules. I don't know how else to say it than the way I just said it. All right, let's continue. And if I'm ignoring you, another thing. I'm not interested in what you have to say. Use common sense. Why is Mr. 4K ignoring me? Maybe he doesn't like what I'm typing. So use common sense. Think about that. Maybe I'll reply to you when you start asking me something about this game that's genuine. And again, if you got nothing to say, don't say nothing. Just enjoy the show. Yeah. Maybe you learned something about this game. That is, if you give a shit about this game. This is why I love Kemi. I love my friend Kemi because when Kemi comes in here, he talks about the game. He doesn't talk to me about anything else or about some other stuff. He talks like when we talk about Assassin's Creed, man, he just focuses on Assassin's Creed. We talk about the game. We talk about all the stuff that it has inside. Like, we stick to the game. We talk about the game. We did the same thing with The Last of Us and a bunch of other games that we played. We talk about the games. We stick to the games. We talk about them. Sure, when we did podcasts, me and Kemi talked about other stuff. Sure, when we did podcasts. But this is what I like about him, is he's really the gamer. He is the gamer. I can say he's the gamer. Of course, he has other hobbies, of course, but he is the gamer because if you look at how many games he has finished and the trophies that he has, and I love about him because he focuses on the video games. He talks about the video games. I appreciate that about him. I really do. And it's hard to find a guy like him. Honestly, I mean, no offense to other people, but it's hard to find someone like him who's passionate about video games as I am, and it's such a breath of fresh air to have someone like him. That's why when me and him, when we do a party chat, man, it's just a blessing, dude, because we get to talk about. We can spend 12 hours talking about this game or other game, right? I want to hear his point of views on South to Midnight, and they're currently playing South to Midnight, right? So that's what I'm looking for, guys. Talk about the video game. Because why? I want the algorithm. Another reason is the algorithm, guys. The algorithm on YouTube, if the artificial intelligence, it's synchronizing what I'm saying, then the artificial intelligence will say, well, they're not talking about the games. They're talking about something else. Therefore, I cannot recommend this. I'm trying to jump into that algorithm of video gaming, guys. Don't you understand? Don't you understand how difficult it is to jump into that algorithm? And the only way for me to jump on that algorithm, it's by staying authentic. Authentic to the video games. Do I love movies? Of course. Who doesn't love movies? But I can't talk about movies here. I would have to create a second channel to talk about the movies. Do I love music? Yes, I love music. But I can't talk about the music here because I would have to create an additional channel just dedicated to music. Don't you understand, guys, what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to synchronize this channel with algorithm of video games so that it's being advertised to video game algorithm. That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, why it's so hard for people to understand this? That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't know how you guys can seem to understand that. What I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to move this channel, man, to get the algorithm going, and you guys are not helping because you're talking to me about something else. And the YouTube algorithm doesn't like that. Why are they talking about X, Y, and Z when they should be talking about this game? They will not put me on that algorithm. Don't you understand? And do you understand how difficult it is to put yourself on the algorithm for the gaming? And it's kind of sad and pathetic that I even have to explain myself to you guys on what I'm trying to achieve here. Anyway, let's move on. I think I might as well be talking to the wall, dude. I think I have a better chance, But anyway, whatever. All right, you see how it says drain serum. Now, you could drain serum, and it's what I like about this game. You have a choice. Just like in The Witcher, just like in many other games, there's a you have a choice to choose whether or not you want to spare the person or do you want to kill the person, right? You have those choices in these open world, freedom of choice role-playing games, right? You can do the same thing in Knights of the Old Republic, The Witcher, Cyberpunk, etc., etc., Skyrim, okay, Fallout, right? We can go down the list. So why do you need the serum? You need the serum because serum is used as the money. It's like a monetary system. The serum is how you trade. It's a monetary money system, basically. Serum is like the money. So the more serum you drain, the more money you make. But when you drain the serum, you're also killing these individuals because they're technomancers. They're mutants. And whenever you drain the serum, then you get a negative karma, and you don't want the negative karma because it has an impact to your overall character, and you don't want to have a negative karma. You want to have a good karma, positive karma, right? So I'm not going to drain the serum. I'm going to search. Okay. And I'm gonna take everything. But guess what? I collected a bunch of stuff, but I didn't have any negative karma, so I'm good. And I'm explaining this to you so that way when you start playing this game, you too have a better understanding on, well, why doesn't he take the serum? Because it affects your character status, and you don't want your character to be surrounded by negative karma, okay? You want your character to be a more balanced and positive, more balanced and positive Technomancer, okay? I mean, you don't have to play it that way. You can drain everyone's serum if you want. You have that choice. You know, you have that freedom of choice. I mean, you don't have to. But if you want my advice, I would say try to be a good Technomancer. Don't be a villain Technomancer. Just try to be a good tech. You could be a villain in this game if you want to. But I don't want to. Maybe on a second playthrough, maybe I'll try to be a villain or something. I don't know. But my advice is try to be a good Technomancer, you know. Another thing that I like about this game is when you press the R2 trigger on your PlayStation 5 controller, this see-through map shows up. I wish that more video games would actually adapt to this. I wish that more video games would actually utilize this method of looking at the map and where you're going. I think this is a very unique feature, and it really helps you to know where to go. Wow, let me talk to this guy. I think I already talked to him. Hold on. Let me just make sure I get everything I need here. Alright, I just want to make sure. Take everything. Cool. I like to loot, man. I'm all about looting. In video games, of course. That's the one thing I learned about playing video games. Take your time. Don't rush through it. Loot as much as you can. Because when you are looting and collecting, then you have more items, then you have more items to craft, to build better weapons, to build better... Look at this suit that I have now. Alright? And you are more prepared. So looting, collecting, doing side quests, missions, and then when you are ready to do... And here's an issue that I see with a lot of people. They're so fast to go to play main mission. And then you look at their status, you look at their level, and you see that they have nothing. They haven't leveled anything. They haven't upgraded anything. You can't play like that. You have to take your time. Collect everything, loot everything, go through all the looting boxes, check everything, check every locker, loot and collect everything. Go to the bench, build your better weapons, build better equipment, build better armor, go to your skill level, and get your skill level, Do I have this? Can I? Goes into the overload to increase the electrical damage. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna level up, yeah. There you go. So this is my, my staff, my stick that I'm using, right? So I'm leveling it up. So level up your character, okay? These are your charisma levels. See, this is like even RoboCop, and I hate to bring this up, but even in RoboCop, it took me 10 hours to finish first chapter. And people say, well, why did it take you 10 hours to finish the first chapter? That's because I'm not rushing. See, me and Cammy, we don't rush through these games. We want to collect everything. We want to do all the side missions. We want to loot everything, collect everything. Like, what's the hurry, right? Like, I don't understand this notion that you have to always hurry up. Like, what's the rush? Are you going to get paid a certain amount of money by finishing the game by a certain amount of time? In that case, okay, fine, go for it. But dude, you spend hard-earned cash money to play these games, and then you're rushing. I talked to Mike about this, and Mike agrees with me. He's the same way. Like, take your time, dude. Like, don't rush through it. Like, you guys spend all this ridiculous amount of money and cash to play these games, and then you're rushing through it. Enjoy it, man. Take your time. Like I said, I always loot. I check everything, check every box, check every locker, check everything. I'm doing the same thing with Mad Max. Looting. I spend more time looting in Mad Max, the video game, which I'm still playing. How many hours did I put in Mad Max? Hold on. Where's Mad Max? There it is. 36 hours. I put 36 hours in Mad Max. And I'm not even scratching the surface, but you're going to say, holy shit. Mr. 4K, you put 36 hours in Mad Max. What have you been doing? What have I been doing? I've been looting, collecting, crafting, upgrading. Do you know why? Do you want to know why? So I can be prepared when I do the next main mission. I am ready to fight whatever boss, whatever enemy I have to fight. And I'm ready and I'm prepared. And people who play Elden Ring, they know this. Like, let's say you're an Elden Ring veteran. You should know this. Like, you should always have this in the back of your mind. Hold on. Use a strategy from Elden Ring, right? You can learn a lot from Elden Ring. Even I, who doesn't call himself an Elden Ring player, but I did play it with Cammy for 10 hours. I learned one valuable lesson from him is when we were doing that walkthrough, he told me, you got to take your time, make sure you loot everything, collect everything, keep grinding it, keep collecting, fight the smaller bosses, fight the smaller enemies, and then when you are ready, fight the next boss. So same thing with every other game. Take your time, loot, collect everything, upgrade your character, upgrade everything, craft everything, and guess what? When you spend, like, let's say 10 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours just collecting and looting and doing the side missions and side quests and all the other mini challenges that there are within the game, guess what? Then you are leveled up and you are ready and you are prepared to go to the next mission objective, which is your main mission objective, and be prepared to fight the enemies. I did the same thing with the Dragon Age. That's what I'm doing with the Dragon Age. There it is. Dragon Age, 42 hours. Oh my god, but you said you're not even scratching the surface, Mr. 4K, with Dragon Age. Yes, I'm not scratching the surface. Do you know why? Would you like to know why? It's because I'm taking my sweet time collecting, looting, upgrading, doing the mini challenges, doing the side quest missions. I am focused on just that. Looting, collecting, upgrading. So when I'm ready to go to the next main objective, I don't have to worry about it. I'm good to go. This is a strategy, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm trying to help you. Just like people have helped me and told me, hey dude, you're playing this the wrong way. You need to play it this way. And sometimes you have to take the criticism and say, okay, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm playing this the wrong way. And they were right. Don't rush through it. Don't skip this. Don't skip that. Why are you not looting? Why are you not collecting? Why are you not crafting? What are you doing? Like someone criticized me when I was playing Diablo. I says, what's wrong with you? You can't take on that, boss. Let me look at your level. And I showed him the level. I said, dude, what are you doing? Go back. Skip. Start looting. Start upgrading. Start collecting. Start leveling up your character in Diablo 4 before you can go ahead and fight the next boss. Same mistake I made with the Avowed. And these are legitimate criticisms. And they were right. Because it came from genuine gamers. And they said, well, dude, what are you doing? You can't fight the level 28 and you're just a level 12? What's wrong with you? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, gee whiz. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So don't rush through these games. That's the message I'm giving to you guys. Don't say the video game's too hard. No, the video game doesn't have to be too hard. But you have to use common sense. And you have to think. You have to have a strategy. And use that strategy. Alright? So you can overcome the challenges that are waiting in front of you. You know, this is all good advice that I got from genuine gamers, the gamers, all right? And I'm passing on that advice to you guys. And I watch some of your videos, guys, and you're just rushing through these games. Like, what are you doing? Why are you rushing through the game? What's the hurry? You know, why in such a rush to finish the game so fast? You know. Anyway. All right, I think we talked enough for 49 minutes. Let's move on, guys. All right. I have a feeling there's going to be a boss. Well, there it is. I knew it.
There's a ton of different chemicals. They must have been using them to make explosives to help out with the drilling. Guess it would work for me too. One charge should be big enough to close the tunnel down. Just gotta be careful. But with the detonator and explosives, I should be able to set it off remotely and make sure I don't blow my damn head off.
You really believe that they'll have left enough to blow up the tunnels here? Wouldn't be very smart of them.
They need chemicals to clear out the access to the tunnels. They have the ingredients necessary. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
The man must have mercy. They will die if he does not help them.
What's going on?
The Aurora men locked them up to dig. But the tunnels have killed many of them, and they do not want to die. They will never go back to the city. They will die of thirst, or be burnt by the eye of Father, Son. They know they are only beasts, but if the man frees them, they will not help the Aurora man dig, and they will run away. They will not die. They will remember the Hammer Man forever.
need some explosives to trigger a chain reaction. Perfect. Got everything I need to shut this access point down for good. All set. Just need to get back to the rover before setting it all off. Tunnel's gone. Aurora's got no way into Ophir anymore. Mission accomplished.
The intensity of the vibrations is soothing, hypnotic. They make me so tired.
Dear old Scott. My machine's caressing you with rumbles. Sweet talking ya. Can't go falling asleep on a battlefield, though.
Thanks to you, the city won't ever have to face another attack like the last. All those people wounded because of those broken shutters. Just thinking about it, I feel nauseous.
It's probably the rover. Gotta get used to the vibrations. Most people fucking puke their ass out their first time.
No, I meant the thought of all the... Never mind.
I really don't get it. This is war, right? Aurora shows up and blows up part of our city, and how do we retaliate? Send a handful of people like us? I don't get it.
You ever do anything but bitch? Successful mission. Tripping a rover. Hell, if I was you, I'd be grinning ear to ear. Why don't you do that? Bitch less, smile more. Sir, I've got, something to ask you.
What can I do for you?
Well, I don't know if you know, but my dad died when I was young. Actually, he disappeared. He never came back from one of his explorations 15 years ago.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't want your pity, okay? It's not about that. What I mean is, I've never managed to find out what kind of mission he was on and where he had gone. I know he was close to Scott, who was probably even his best friend. That old crazy man doesn't want to tell me anything. He says he wants to protect me. Look, I'll just cut to the point. I was wondering if you'd maybe look in his dispensary for me. See if you could find any of my father's notes, or letters, or...
I don't know, Amelia. Scott's like a father to me. And besides, you know he's almost always there. How would I even do it?
I'm not asking you to break in or steal nothing. Just keep him busy. And while you are there, you know, just flip through files. I'm sure he kept letters between him and my dad. He's not one to throw anything away.
All right. I'll try to make him leave, but if I don't find anything...
Yeah, I won't blame you. But I know that you're going to find something.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Hello, Scott. My captain told me that she wanted to see you.
Is it related to you? Are you sick?
No. Not that I know of. She didn't tell me why.
Oh, well, should I take my pouch then? It's an important question. I should still take it though, but it's a little heavy. All right, I'm leaving without it.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
I think I have a problem with going through your friend's things. I hope whatever you're looking for, it's worth it.
I'm trying to find information about the past. It's personal, okay?
Forget it. You couldn't understand. The officers, they aren't like us. They're above all that.
Officer? Yoo-hoo! Officer, could I ask you a favor? Officer Zachariah Mancer, a sight for sore eyes. Our hero, brave and strong.
I like where this is going.
Well, you know, you were just so nice, and if you wanted, if you had time, I know you're probably busy, but if you did...
What?
I'm just glad you came to see me. I was just thinking about you. Feel like you're maybe the only guy who could help me.
Why? What's going on?
I just don't have a lot of friends in Ophir. Never really had time for them, but one of the few I have, Abby Goodsman, owns a stall. She's a great girl. Lately, though, she's been scared for her life. Soldiers have been trying to extort her for serum. They tore down her stall and threatened all sorts of horrible things when she wouldn't pay. As an officer, I was hoping you could find out who these wicked men are and figure out why they're messing with a good girl like Abby. Please, I'm really terrified for her.
If you're positive they're soldiers, that's weird. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I knew you were a good guy.
You're not really like everyone else, are you?
What do you mean?
Anyone ever tell you how beautiful you are?
Yeah, all the time. Why?
Can I ask how you ended up becoming an artist?
That's a long story, officer. Not the happy kind. Don't want to depress you.
I got all night.
All right. Okay. You asked for it. I got left alone when I was young. Parents died, so I was forced out on the streets. One of 1,000 orphans like me. Did a lot of stuff I wasn't proud of, but had to get by, you know? Then I got lucky, and the center took me in. Gave me food and clothes and an education and hope and a purpose once they taught me music, and confidence once they told me I was talented. So, when I was old enough to leave the orphanage, I got lucky and met some other musicians who gave me a lot of help. Ended up performing in some bars around the slums. Not glamorous, but I got lucky and it got me here. So, maybe the story's not so sad after all.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Be careful. Would hate to lose a guy like you around here.
You Abby Goodsman?
Yes, By the shadow, please don't tell me that man sent you.
No, your friend Nisha, the artist, sent me. Said she thought you were in trouble. Looks like she was right.
Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. They're ruining my life. I'm being threatened by soldiers who tore down my shop. Why? Because they wanted serum I don't even have. And if I didn't give it to them, they said they'd denounce me. For what? I never did anything bad.
Yeah, I believe you. You sure they were real soldiers, though? Could have been mobsters in disguise.
All I know is their uniforms sure looked real, and their chief told me to call him Sam Ward. He's sick. You hear me? Sick. A brutal... Please help me. The threats keep coming, and I'm telling you, they're gonna kill me. I know it.
It's all right. Everything will be okay. I'm gonna look for this Sam Ward. Talk to him. Talk to my captain about him, too. I'll get it worked out. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you so much.
Hello, Mancer.
Hello. I found some of your father's letters.
I knew it. Tell me.
Most of the correspondence was friendly. They were very close. However, there was some tension between them over time. Some letters gloss over an expedition that they had done together, but what surprised me the most is when your father talks about a boy who was actually Scott's son. The last letter I found is a bit bizarre. I didn't really understand what he meant.
What did he mean? Do you remember?
Your dad begged Scott to stop the madness, warning that his wife's divorce was only the beginning of what he would lose if he couldn't face the truth. That it was too late for his son. He seemed to think Scott was on the verge of self-destruction.
It's true that it's rather mysterious. Scott, a son. Did you know?
No, he never told me about him. He obviously lost him. No doubt it's still a touchy subject.
We have to find out what this is all about. You have to ask his wife. Did my father really mean to interfere in his family drama? Maybe that's why he disappeared? Please, Zachariah!
Those mutants refused to climb onto the roof to fix it. Just when I thought I'd seen everything. Now we get rejected by those... things? Unbelievable. We could die roasting in the sun, yet no one can command those lazy abominations. Someone needs to teach them a lesson. Hopefully soon, those creatures are out of line. Don't worry. The Dowser will send men to whip those bastards in shape.
I'm sorry to... You Angela Seeker, Scott's wife?
Ex-wife? What did the drunk do this time?
Nothing bad. He's a friend.
A friend? Right.
Just looking for some information on one of his friends, Mark, and your son.
Get out! Get out! What right do you have coming around digging up the past?
I'm not here to make you relive your pain, and I'm sorry if that's what it looks like, but I'm here for Mark's daughter. She sent me to try to figure out what happened to her father.
The poor girl. Hard enough to lose things when you're old enough to understand. She was just a girl when Mark disappeared. If resurrecting my pain can help ease hers. I loved our son. Scott did too. But he was never around. He was too lost in his research, lost in the dream of making the discovery of the century, of becoming a hero in abundance. Then, one day, our son started to show signs of mutation. When Scott noticed them, he lost it. He tried to hide him as he desperately dove back into his research to find a cure. With Scott gone all the time, I turned to Mark for a shoulder to cry on. Told him what was going on. So Mark tried to reason with Scott. But you could never reason with him. He always thought he knew more. Then our son was arrested and Scott and Mark just took off on some crazy expedition. Left me alone to deal with it all. So I filed for divorce. I was alone anyway. Then they came back with nothing to show for all the damn time they were gone. But that didn't stop Scott. No, he just dove deeper into his work. And when Mark disappeared, I was sure it was because of another one of Scott's crazy missions. So tell Amelia, it was Scott's incessant need to be right, to be a hero, that undoubtedly cost her father his life. And that's it. That's all I know.
Hell, I can feel for what the old man's been through. I've known some folks myself who went
Make
through
the
the same
slightest
thing.
move, you're a dead man.
Terrible thing. Breaks couples up, you know. Stress of never being able to have kids again.
Why never again?
Because they sterilize families who had a mutant to make sure they don't have no more.
It's sad, but it's the only way to protect our own kind. At least now I understand why the professor's so, you know, weird.
Hello, Mancer.
Hello? I talked to Scott's ex-wife.
So, what did she say?
It's an awful story. Her son. Anyway, their son was struck by mutation. They took him away from them, of course, but it made Scott go crazy, and he was convinced that he could find a remedy. He asked for your father's help, so they left together, and were gone for a long time. Their exploration apparently didn't lead to anything concrete for the boy, and Scott descended into madness. And then one day, Mark left. His ex thinks that it was to bring back something useful for his research, and he never came back.
Shit. So my father's disappearance is related to that poor kid? It's really awful what they must have gone through. That explains a lot about why he's so crazy, and also why he behaves as if we were his kids. Thank you, Zach. That doesn't answer all my questions, far from it, but I have a better grasp of what happened. My father disappeared by helping his best friend, who was going through a rough patch and wanted to heal his child. It's a sad but beautiful story, isn't it? I'm gonna think about all this. Thank you again.
You're not like other girls, are you?
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Or are you being a wise ass?
You just don't talk like the rest.
I drive a Rover. I don't sit around sipping brightly colored drinks with brainiacs talking about the philosophies of life. You don't like the way I talk? Take a number and shove it up your educated ass. Take any one of them uppity shits and put them in a Rover, driving through sandstorms and seeing crazy shit every fucking day, and tell me they won't start talking a little more colorfully.
Easy, killer. I'm not judging you. Doesn't bother me. I was just saying.
You were a fucking rogue before, so unless the army made you soft and... Sorry. Just a little defensive. Hear that shit a lot.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off! Oh, God, get him! You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
What do you know about Noctis?
Noctis Labyrinthus, Labyrinth of the Night. Yes, a fascinating name for a fascinating city. One day, if I might find myself more welcome there, I'll look forward to exploring more. But all good things in time, I hope. There is undeniable, enviable power in the freedom their citizens have to roam, to trade freely. Freedom across all the borders of Mars. Outcast merchants dealing as much in valuable merchandise as they do in invaluable information. And their leader? Doesn't hurt that he's nobody's fool.
What do you know about the Resistance?
Enough to handle my own business unimpeded. We don't think that they are any danger. They're an occasional client when they're in need of weapons or explosives. Their biggest strength comes from how deeply underestimated they are. Ever stepped in a puddle that turned out to be a ditch? Not pleasant.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
There he is! Get him!
Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around. Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, can I get some intel on a couple citizens?
As long as it's mission-related, Lieutenant.
The name is Abby Goodsman.
Give me a sec. She's a trader with a small shop in the exchange quarter. No arrests, no complaints, no bookmark by the ASC. You said this was mission-related, Lieutenant?
Of course, Captain. Just following up on some leads. What do you know about a soldier named Sam Ward?
Not a lot. The little I know is nothing good. Mostly about the company he keeps, like Vori. Not enough to arrest him, but enough to be glad he's not one of my problems. Word to the wise, which I hope you are. Stay away from him unless you're looking for the kind of trouble you can't dig your way out of.
Of course, Captain. What do we know about the mutants who revolted?
Just simple creatures that got too frustrated. They know a lot of them will die during the repairs we're trying to force them to make. Like animals, they need to be trained. Broken in. But like any animal, there's a line where us using them in a certain way becomes cruelty. So they revolted, because their supervisors abuse their power. I want you to go see how they're being treated. We keep them well-fed and well-equipped, we can keep them well-behaved. Those things don't go out looking for fights if we don't make them.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Word on the street is that the locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the shit hits the fan?
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. Why try to spit shine a turd? And what's it to you anyway? As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the bud now, before they start to hit our warehouses and personnel, too. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch the rats while they roam. Your call.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Hey, Nisha.
Well, well, day's looking up already.
Can I ask how you ended up becoming an artist?
That's a long story, officer. Not the happy kind. Don't want to depress you.
I got all night.
All right. Okay. You asked for it. I got left alone when I was young. Parents died, so I was forced out on the streets. One of 1,000 orphans like me. Did a lot of stuff I wasn't proud of, but had to get by, you know? Then I got lucky, and the center took me in. Gave me food and clothes and an education and hope and a purpose once they taught me music. And confidence once they told me I was talented. So, when I was old enough to leave the orphanage, I got lucky and met some other musicians who gave me a lot of help. Ended up performing in some bars around the slums. Not glamorous, but I got lucky and it got me here. So, maybe the story's not so sad after all.
I found those soldiers harassing your friend and had a little talk with them. Seems Abby was about to get arrested for supporting rebels. You kind of left that out of the story you told me about her.
What? I left it out because that's an errant lie. You know how long I've known her? Years. She loves this city as much as I do. Don't you believe that? That's the city we're living in now. Just takes one person to point a finger and say traitor or rebel, and all of a sudden it's okay to ruin their life, or worse, and get away with it. You can't be okay with that, officer. You can't be.
All right. I'll keep looking into it. I gotta go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Be careful. Would hate to lose a guy like you around here.
Never been here. Seems dangerous. All those mutants. I always wondered if they're contagious. What exactly are you planning, Lieutenant? Force seems the most appropriate, of course, but there's a lot of them. Even if it's not easy to understand them, maybe we should try to talk to them.
What's the problem? Why aren't you working?
Their kind work like one. If one is hurt, they all cannot work. And now they have one who is wounded, so they are all helpless. But the men do not want to help the wounded. They just want him back on the roof.
Where's your hurt friend? I may be able to help him. Let's go. You can't just sit around while the city's exposed. Get back to work.
They would, but their tools are too damaged to work. With bad tools, they will be in the eye of father-son longer and die quicker.
Let me see your tools. Maybe I can fix them.
If the tools are made better, they can and will fix the roof.
To think that the city's life depends on an incomplete toolbox. Ridiculous. We should be able to fix it, right?
Here, your friend's as good as new. Back to normal.
Thank you. The man was very nice. They will go back to work now, and if they survive, will not forget what the man did for them.
What the hell are you doing? Get back to work. You're putting a lot of lives at risk.
They will die beneath the eye of father-son if they go up to repair the roof. The man knows this, but does not care about them.
Maybe you're too dumb to put it together. So let me spell it out for you, mutant. The roof needs to be fixed. By your kind. Now. We don't care how many of you die doing it either. You don't want to go up and repair the roof? Fine. Your choice. We'll just send your children and your elderly. All those too weak to rebel with you. Then, we'll execute you. You'll all die anyway, and without even doing any good. That what you want?
The man would send our children. The man is... They will go back to work. Leave our children be.
What does the man want?
Just to talk to you. You need to go back to work.
No, they will not. They will not die to go repair roofs broken by men. Men must find another way to fix it.
Listen, I know it's dangerous work, and the odds are pretty high that some of you may die doing it. But if you don't, the whole city will suffer, and all of you in the pen will die. Not just a few. I know it's an enormous sacrifice to ask, but it's for the greater good.
If the man tells them the truth, they have no choice. They will go back to work to save the many. They wish the man would protect the city better in the future, so these sacrifices never have to happen again.
Believe me, we're gonna try our best.
The man must think about those going to die for him. Not forget what he asked of them. What they did. But now, they must go back to work.
Oh, great. You're back. What do you want?
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
You see, this was the reason why you need to level up. You need to collect everything, upgrade everything, so that way you are ready for this mission. If I didn't like do all the side quests, if I didn't do all the side missions, if I didn't level up, if I didn't upgrade my character, and I went in to do this mission, there's no way I would have survived this. I would have died many times before. So this is why you don't want to rush through these video games. You need to take your time, you know, and you can watch how I play. And when you watch how I play, you will see my strategy. And I think this is just a common sense strategy. There's nothing special about the way I play these games. It's just common sense. All right, let's level up. Let's do all the side quest missions. Let's make sure that our character is leveled up and ready to go before we take on those other missions. It's just a common sense, you know.
Unfortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Tom complaining again the other day. Before he raised their tax again.
Again? This is absurd. They already have their fingers in everything. Nobody is safe from their extortion, and nobody can do anything about it.
The guards get a cut of the serum, so they look away. Same shit, different day.
Wasn't always like this. There was a time when all those bastards could get away with was petty crimes in the slums.
Alright, so I'm gonna go see Ryan, and I'm gonna get paid. Need to go to the exchange. Is this the exchange? Hold on. No, this is the exchange. Alright. Alright, I just want to make sure. You know, I would be lost if it wasn't for this see-through map. It really helps. Let me tell you, man. This see-through map certainly helps. I wish that Grand Theft Auto had something like this. Or maybe Grand Theft Auto has something like this. I don't know. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in a while. I think every game should have this. It makes it so much easier, dude. You know exactly where to go, man. Honestly, this is like a basic necessity. There's nothing worse when you're lost and you're like in some kind of a maze, labyrinth maze, and you just go in circles, you know. All right, no. Let's get paid. Where's Ryan? Ryan, I want to get paid.
Hi. Lieutenant, how can I help you?
You can help me by paying me. Give me my paycheck.
Took a little work, but I found and destroyed the locust nests. Should quiet the invasion a bit.
Fast work, Lieutenant. Gotta say it's a change of pace to see someone with rank give a damn about the little people. Doesn't happen all that often. It's your lucky day. I need a favor, if you have the time, on top of the missions the captain already gave you.
Depends on the favor.
Soldiers back from the front are barricaded inside the warehouse. But they think Aurora's outside and they're in the middle of a war zone. They terrorize the merchants, but honestly, that's not even the worst of it. According to internal reports, they're not just soldiers. They're test subjects for a new combat drug that increases their strength tenfold. Their paranoia is probably a result of the drug, but it makes the situation even more dangerous. I would prefer it if you could reason with them. You could use force, but in their state, the drugs could push them over the edge. A straight-up fight could kill them. First things first, we need to help get them quarantined and away from civilians to prevent further collateral damage. I know you're up to your neck in other responsibilities, but please, this is a favor for me and a favor for the guys.
Okay.
The ASC handles it instead.
Hold your pantyhoses on, dude. I'll help you, alright?
Don't let it come to that.
How does he think a noob who's not even a real soldier will be able to reason with a corporal hopped up on some super drug? He knows Technomancers aren't magicians, right?
Pipe down, Lieutenant will find a way. Maybe we just need to find the corporal's family to help talk him down. Look at me, I'm just full of ideas.
Alright, I'll help you. Just, like I said, keep your pantyhoses on, alright? Keep them on, alright? Keep your pantyhoses on, okay? Keep them on. I'll help you. But not right now, alright? That's why I said keep your pantyhoses on. I'm not going to help you now. I will help you. But on part 4. Not going to do this on part 3. We'll continue this on part 4, alright? That's why I said keep your pantyhoses on. So I'm going to take a little break, eat my breakfast. It's just a short little break. I need to eat my breakfast. It is 6:28 a.m. in the morning, Sunday morning, and I need to eat my breakfast. And then later on, I'll be back with part number 4. I give this game 8 out of 10. Look, I know that this game got a lot of negative reviews, but see, this is my point. I don't care that this game got a lot of negative reviews. As long as I enjoy it, that's all that matters. I mean, I can understand how people cannot see my point here. Like, can't you see the point that I'm making over here? And what is the point? The point is, it don't matter if nobody on this planet likes the game. And you are the only person on this planet that likes the game. That's all that matters. The problem with people nowadays is they're constantly seeking validation. Oh, majority doesn't like this game, so why should I play it? Oh. Maybe you should play it to see for yourself if you like it or don't. Same thing with the movies. I have watched the movies and I found them to be very enjoyable. Everybody else was trashing those movies. But I liked them, and that's all that mattered. Listen, man, like anything else in life, enjoy what you enjoy. Don't seek validations from other people, man. Because if you're seeking validations from other people, then you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to enjoy anything because you're constantly seeking validation from other people, and those other people don't know what you like. So don't try to fit in. Don't try to impress others. Don't try to appease others because they don't care. They only care about themselves. So you should do the same thing. See what's good for you. And that's what I've been doing. Hey, if I like this game, I could care less if nobody else likes it. Doesn't bother my ass. As long as I like it, that's all that matters. And this is what me and Cammy been talking about. When was the last week? Last week when we did a party chat on Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'm sorry. I forgot which one it was. I think it was a part 3 or part 4, or I forgot which part it was. We did like a party chat together for like 8 hours, dude. Yeah, 8 hours. We were like just talking about the game, and he was giving me the tips, and, you know, what to do and all that. And we were also talking about video games on that party chat, and he's the same way. Like, people like trashed, like he mentioned the one game, like Forsaken, right? And a lot of people were trashing Forsaken this, Forsaken that. It's a trash game. And it was like, all right, let me try it. He got it dirt cheap. He bought it, and he played it, and he said he loved it. He finished the game, got all the trophies, got the platinum trophies, all of that stuff, and he liked it. So the point being is, what me and Cammy were talking about is, as long as you enjoy it, guys, that's all that matters. And that is the point here that I made, that Cammy made, is as long as you like it, that's all that matters. Why do you need someone else to tell you, oh, you need to play this, but you can't play that? What kind of freedom is that? So you have no freedom, so you need someone else to tell you what to do. You know what that is? You know what that is, right? I'm not going to even say it here, but you know what that is. That means you're somebody's bitch. You're somebody's slave. Because you need validations from your master to tell you, you can't play this game. You don't ever play this game. Here's the game you play. Here's the list of games that you need to play, that your master is giving to you. And you guys go to these masters, these so-called YouTube influencers, and you guys are listening to these YouTube influencers like a good sheeps, like a good goats, you know. Meh, 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 meh. Yes, master. Meh. I don't know how else to analyze this. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be rude. But I don't know how else to analyze this other than just what I told you. Me, never. Never, never, never. Everything that I do in my life, I choose on my own. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And I don't try to fit in. I don't try to appease to anyone. I don't try to kiss anyone's ass. And I sure as hell am nobody's simp. Simp. Which is one of the worst things you could be. It's a simp. Simp. How disgusting is that is? Being a simp. I want to vomit. It's so disgusting. But anyway. You know, it is what it is. I guess we have simps out there, you know. And we have plenty of simps out there simping. Imagine it, making all the money you make and you're just giving all that money to somebody who doesn't give a shit about you. And you're simping for them and they don't give a fuck about you. Listen, I hope you learned something Well, everything that I tell you here, I hope that you learn something for yourself. Okay? Just learn something for yourself. Okay? Everything I tell you for your own good. I don't tell you this shit, just to act like I am on some kind of a high horse or I have all the answers. I'm simply saying is, enjoy what you like. Why do you need someone else's approval? That's the point I'm trying to make here before I go. And again, I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like, I've seen you guys. I've seen how you are, man. I look at how you guys are, how you're trying to fit in, and, oh, I want to be with this cool club. I'm with this cool club. The same cool club doesn't give a shit about you. You know what I mean? Like, dude, do what's good for you. Same thing with the televisions. I remember 11 years ago when I started doing televisions, people come up to me and say, what should I do, Mr. 4K? Which television should I buy? What's the best television? You know what I would say? Oh, what's best for you? What does your heart tell you? If your heart tells you Vizio is good for you, well then Vizio is good for you. If your heart tells you you like Sony Bravia and you can't explain why you love Sony Bravia, you just love Sony Bravia, then go with the Sony Bravia. It just, guys, it's not just the video games. It's not just electronics and television. It's like everything in life. Like, why do you need someone else's approval, dude? Did I seek someone else's approval to play this? No. Did I seek a written authorization approval? Hey, Mr. 4K, you can't play this game. You need my written authorization approval to play it. No, I didn't seek anyone's approval authorization. I like it, I play it, and that's all that matters. If I didn't like this game, guess what? I wouldn't be playing it. It just so happens that I like it. And I don't care that the game has one of the worst reviews ever. The Metacritics is the lowest ever. I don't give a shit about the Metacritics and the scores and the numbers. I don't care that this is the lowest number ever. It doesn't mean anything to me. What matters to me is I tried it, I played it, and I like it. And that's how you too should play video games. Not just video games, but movies as well. Just because somebody says Craven is a bad movie and you haven't even seen the movie, you refuse to watch it? Just because somebody says Gladiator 2, it's a terrible movie. Terrible movie. You refuse to watch it? Anyway, I'm making too much common sense. Yes, I'm making too much common sense and people don't like it. Mr. 4K, you're making too much common sense. Shut up! Shut up! Bloody hell, shut up! You're making too much common sense. I know. Forgive me for making too much common sense. Anyway, I gotta go eat. I gotta go eat my breakfast, and I'll see you guys on a part 4. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a part 4.